What's up, everybody? Basil, the White Dragon Masters. I thought I'd give you guys a very excessive smile. So I did. It's got to look a little bit different every time, right? Anyway, chapter 20. Nice to see you guys back again. I was going to do a video on supplements or bodybuilding supplements. And, what supplements you really need and all that stuff. I said I was going to do a video on that. But before I do a video on that, I got this great email, and I'll read it through my phone. Got this great email from this gentleman here. And I'll read the email. It's very short. Seeking advice about water, which is something that's extremely, extremely important. And I'll come to that. So let me just read this really quick to you guys. Hey, White Dragon, how you doing? How you doing, man? This is I have a question in regards to bodybuilding and water intake. I don't know how much water I should consume because everybody says drink a lot of water, but then I try to, I can't understand what this guy's, then I try to lose weight, and then people say you should drop the water. So can you explain since you've competed in bodybuilding and in MMA and in martial arts, you made weight. So can you please explain me a little bit more about what to do about water weight? Kyle from New Jersey. Kyle from New Jersey, my friend, and you have a very interesting question. What you said is pretty much very, very accurate. The only thing is, I don't know if you were clear as to how you should drink water. There's actually a way to drink water. You already know about the diet that I've said in my other chapters about ectomorphs and endomorphs and whatnot. And so I think water is a great thing and very, very essential, because you got to remember one thing, that 75% of your body, or the cells, are water. And so, yes, there is a way to drink water, and then there is a way to cut weight, and there is a time when you have to pull back. I'm guessing that you are a competitive bodybuilder or bodybuilding, and you're saying that you've also fought. So you want to know what are the differences? There's really not much difference as far as diet's concerned, and as far as your water intake is concerned. You need to drink very, very high amounts of water, and especially if you're doing any kind of martial arts or any kind of high-paced cardio type sport, whether it's martial arts or football or rugby or soccer or you name it, man. Martial arts is as intense as it's going to get. Any martial art is going to be very strenuous on your joints and on your muscles and on your heart. So you need to make sure that you consume a lot of water, because the more water you consume, the more calories you burn, the more you sweat, the more hydrated you stay. Having said that, there are two ways to do it. One is if you're trying to just live a healthy life, you need to drink water every single day. And I'm talking about minimum a gallon a day. That's what I try to do. And I weigh like 200 pounds. I'm trying to cut weights. I'm trying to get down to 185 pounds. But for the most part, I walk around 205 pounds to... I used to walk around 230, 220, but now I'm more like 205 pounds to 190, 198. So, anyway, the more water you drink, the more calories you burn. And so if there's a competition coming up, then obviously you're going to drink, in the beginning, you're going to drink a lot of water. And then a week out, you're going to slowly reduce your water intake till that final day, so you look ultra shredded or ultra cut. Or let's say if you have a fight coming up, boxing fight, or a karate fight, or an MMA fight, you would be able to make weight. And then after you've made weight, you rehydrate yourself with all that food and water. So you drink as much water as you can. And when it's time for a competition, then I would say a week out, you cut your water intake. So in other words, you're striving to drink 1 to 2 gallons of water. Minimum 2, if you can, drink 2 gallons of water. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy because I've done it before. And you're going to be pissing like crazy. I mean, you might be going to the bathroom every 30 seconds or so. But that's good, though. It's good. You're cleaning up your kidneys, everything, toxins, everything's going away. And then you keep doing that, and then when there's 1 week left, then you start slowly cutting down your water intake. So you take your body, you're used to taking 2 gallons. So from 2 gallons, you've taken 1.5 gallons. You reduce it a couple of days later. You reduce it to 1 gallon, then 3/4 of a gallon, then half a gallon, and then maybe a quart, and then maybe the last day you don't drink water past 6 p.m. all the way until the day you make weight, or till the competition is over if you're doing bodybuilding. That's when your water, your all that dryness that you get, that dry look that you want will come. And then once the competition's over, or once the weigh-ins are over, you start drinking all that water back, and you'll be hydrated and ready for the fight and all that. So that's how you consume water, if that's what you were trying to ask. If you're asking for regular days, yes, you don't have to drink 2 gallons a day. The more you drink, the better it is. But I mean, if you can pull off at least 1 gallon, that's sufficient and good enough for you. Keeps you hydrated, helps you burn calories, and helps you clean yourself from the inside out. So that's my advice as far as water is concerned. I hope I answered your question. Mostly if you want to get shredded or stuff, and if you want to be a regular guy who's trying to get cut, again, you might want to consume water Monday through Friday as much as you can. Of course, you got to make sure that you're working out and you're training and you're doing your cardiovascular exercises on top of that. And then on the Saturdays and Sundays, which I had told you guys that are the cheat days, those particular 2 days, you don't have to drink 1 gallon of water. Because you're cheating, you're consuming high sodium food, you're consuming high sugar food. So instead of drinking a lot of water, that could end up being held in your stomach. Because if you drink a lot of water and you're having a very high salt food, which is most of the junk foods, they're very high in sodium, or let's say sugar or cookies and stuff. All that water that you're drinking, yes, you're going to piss a lot of it out, but at the same time, you're going to be holding a lot of it in your midsection at the same time, in your body too, because salt retains water. And that's why I make sure you go back to chapter 5 and chapter 6 about the body types and the diets for endomorphs, mesomorphs, and ectomorphs, because it's all linked. So on the Saturdays and Sundays, which is what I do, again, that works for me. I drink a lot of water Monday through Friday, and that keeps me, nice and clean and hydrated and stuff, which I need for my training, which I do very hard training. But Saturdays and Sundays, I reduce my water intake, like a lot. Like I'm not even very thirsty those days. I might drink maybe half a gallon that day, or maybe even less than half a gallon. Really, it's all up to preference. If you're not thirsty, you don't need to drink. But Monday through Friday, you do need that water because you are working out very, very intensely, and that's essential for your cardiovascular performance. and it's essential for your calories, and it's essential for sweating, and it's essential for hydration. It's very, very important. So that's what I would do. That's what I do, and I would advise you what I do for myself, and that works for me. So Saturdays and Sundays, you want to keep your water intake low, and Monday through Friday, you want to keep your water intake as high as you possibly can, minimum a gallon or even more if you can. Maybe the days you do martial arts, those days you want to drink maybe a gallon and a half, you know, and bodybuilding days, maybe you want to drink a gallon, but minimum a gallon would be sufficient. So hope that works out for you, buddy. Feel free to let me know if that works. I hope it helps anybody else who had these questions. And I'll be doing a video on supplements, like I promised. I'll do it. And yeah, stay tuned, guys. And please make sure you subscribe. Okay. And comment if you like too. So, Basil the White Dragon Masters, Chapter 20, out. Hit